Hello. Today I want to talk about the nervous system regulation and three components of it, because there are a lot of people talking about nervous system regulation online, and I'm not an expert within nervous system regulation, but I can tell you that there are three different components to nervous system regulation. So when you see people online saying it wasn't the parasites, it wasn't the leaky gut, it wasn't this, it wasn't gluten, it wasn't that, it was my nervous system that needed to be regulated, that's only part true. So I kind of wanted to explain that. So I'm Christina Owens. I'm the inflammation mama, and I particularly focus on kids with autism, ADHD, and pandas. So nervous system regulation is obviously one of those things that is vital for our health, from child to adult. If we are not regulating our nervous system, or we're living in high stress, it is going to be a really uphill battle to heal anything. But if you look at all of the pieces, there is a cellular piece, there's a behavioral piece, and there's a structural piece. So those are the three, I would say the three foundations of nervous system regulation. And I don't think any one is more important than the other. I think they work synonymously as a symphony, and I think they all need to be exercised when trying to keep our bodies regulated, which we should all be practicing on a daily basis and as much as we can with our kids. So I'll start with the behavioral piece. That is doing things, exercises with yourself or your kids that can lower stress levels in the body, and learn how to cope with feelings, and then use exercises to play out situations like with your kids, right? If they're having a tantrum, or gentle parenting, or all of those things, that is the behavioral piece. So Dr. Becky from The Good Inside is, I think, my absolute favorite, and so many other people's, when it comes to taking care of not just the child, but the mom, right? So much, or the parents. So much of behavioral nervous system regulation starts with the parents, because our children can feel our stress and are affected by our stress. Whether we think we are hiding it or not, they can feel it. So Dr. Becky works really so well on helping moms regulate their nervous system, and then also being able to be more patient and calm, understanding, and look a little bit beyond the behavior to what's actually going on, so that we can meet the child where they're at. That is huge. A huge piece of nervous system regulation is behaviorally with the parent and with the child, whether that's breathing exercises, all the things. Then there is the structural piece, right? So some chiropractors will say that all the things I just said, it's not gluten, it's not parasites, it's not leaky gut, it's your nervous system that needs to be regulated by getting adjusted or doing the techniques that they do. And that is absolutely true from a structural level. Our nervous system is running down our spine, reaching out to the rest of our body, and a chiropractor is adjusting the structure of the spine in a very safe way. But if you, for instance, have a nerve that is being pinched, or it's just not in its optimal alignment, that is absolutely going to have an effect on all of your body, from digestion from your brain to digestion, to the way you go to the bathroom, to the way that you move, and it has an entirety effect on the body. So structurally making sure that your nerves, your physical nerves that go from your brain, spinal cord, all the way down, are structurally relieved is really important. And then lastly, the cellular piece. So that's not only the health of the cells, but that is the parasites and the candida and the underlying infections and all of the things that can damage cellular health. And I forgot to tell you guys my favorite chiropractors to look at is the PX docs. I don't know if you guys follow them at all, but I do really love their mission. They're pediatric chiropractors who work on nervous system regulation with these kids who have ADHD, autism, pandas, and a full spectrum of dis-ease in the body, from mild to very, very severe. So, or you can look up something called Network Chiropractic. There's different network chiropractors. It's a type of chiropractic care, who are also amazing. So back to the cellular part of it. If we have the insult, like parasites, for instance, they can absolutely, infections, parasites, all these things can also inhibit our body from having nervous system regulation because of the way that they're living organisms in our body, who can and are very tricky, and take over the body in their own way to make us feel a certain way, or interrupt, like with our vagus nerve and how that's working at a cellular level. And if our cells are not healthy, if our cells are inflamed, if our cells are weak, broken, overcompensated, that is also going to inhibit us from having nervous system regulation. So you could be doing the chiropractic care, and you could be doing the behavioral things, and you could be like the greatest gentle parenting parent ever, and still having a difficult time because you have cellular damage and your body is struggling to keep up, either because there's an insult that keeps happening, right? Whether it's mold or gluten or whatever the underlying infection, EBV, any of these viruses or underlying bacterial infections have a very, very big role in controlling your body, right? So if the insult is still there, and if the cells are weak, you also are not going to accomplish nervous system regulation. So there are 3 foundations to nervous system regulation, and I do not think any one is more important than the other. You have to have all 3. You can start somewhere, you can start with one, but you need all 3. And they're just things to be mindful of. So like I said, Dr. Becky is from The Good Inside, is my favorite behavioral online coach. PX Docs, they are incredible pediatric chiropractors that I suggest you follow to learn from them as well. And then as far as cellular health goes, there is so much you can do, right? From getting sunlight to taking a probiotic to getting a full-blown panel of testing done, to eating healthy, all the things, clean water, all the non-toxic things that we need to do help with cellular health, and all the things we're talking about. And then activation is really important. Activation is the one thing that helps your body do what it's supposed to do, the way it was made to do, right? So it's such a beautiful tool to reduce oxidative stress significantly. So even if you are having an insult, the resulting oxidative stress that comes from that doesn't get completely out of hand. It's creating healthier. When you activate your body, you're helping your body where it is not creating the enough redox cycle, enough redox, enough antioxidants, like our cells that do all of that work. When they're not creating enough of that, activating the body helps those systems, those pathways in our body to create healthier cells, to create healthier mitochondria, to create antioxidants, to help the body do what it needs to do when it needs to do. So it's not like anything else. It's not like you're adding a probiotic and you need the right type. It's not like you're adding a medication and you need to know all of that comes with the medication. Activation is purely just up-leveling the way that the body works at a cellular level, creating healthier cells, reducing oxidative stress, helping these cells fire more properly, and therefore helps with nervous system regulation from the inside out. So if you have any questions, please comment below. If you have any comments to add to this, that would be amazing. Also, you can comment guide to get my free guide about optimizing kids with autism, ADHD, and pandas. It gives you some amazing tools that you can use right now to see some really big changes in your kids. So I hope that was helpful. I hope you guys have a really good day. Happy Friday! And I'll see y'all later. Bye.